Welcome to Foodonomics. Today we're going to make a roasted leg of lamb and turn that into two dishes. One's the roast, which looks like this, and I'm going to show you how to make this and then turn this into a stew as well.
These are all the seasonings we're going to put on the lamb that's getting roasted. The rest of the stuff is actually already ground, so I can't add it to this. I'm going to roast this and then I'm going to grind this into a powder and use half of it as a dry rub and then the other half as a as part of the marination that's going to go on top as a glaze.
So heat olive oil in a saucepan.
This is all the spices that were just roasted, blended together. Half of this is going to go into the dry rub and the other half is going to go into the wet glaze. In this I'm going to add some ground cinnamon and a dash of nutmeg, not too much because you don't want nutmeg to ever be overpowering in there, and then some Jamaican curry powder. Oh, and I forgot also some salt. And we're actually going to do half Jamaican curry powder and half Sri Lankan curry powder, Jaffna style. So that is actually up to you. The reason I'm adding it is because I don't have cayenne pepper, which I totally forgot about. I am adding paprika in this as well. And just to give it a little more spice, I will be adding the curry powders. So I scored the lamb, it's a leg of lamb, and now I'm just dabbing in all that dry spices. I'm gonna put this side in the oil to start browning, and then I'm gonna put the rest of the dry on it.
You want it to get really crispy like this. That might be a little overdone on my end, but before you put it in the oven, you want it to be like.
Now this here is the wet blend. That's sort of like the glaze that's going on top. It's olive oil, a whole onion, a whole garlic, 4 bird's eye chili peppers, a whole lemon and a half, like the juice, some of the lemon zest. And I'm going to add a little bit of parsley in here. And then I'm going to add some of the dry mix that I saved for later into this. I've got my baking tray almost ready. I'm just going to add some chunks of celery for flavor in here and some bay leaves. And then I'm going to put the leg of lamb on top, cover it, and stick it in the oven. There it is underneath. With the parchment paper and all of the vegetables, and now I'm gonna drop all the wet ingredients on top, and then halfway through I'm gonna flip it over, or actually I might just flip it over right now while putting the stuff on, and then baste the rest halfway through. I'll start to fry up the remainder of the dry ingredients. I'm adding a few of the aromatics in here, the onions and stuff.
So you cut all the meat off of the leg of lamb,
and you put it in here, and mix up all the
ingredients. I'll mix it up thoroughly so that it's
covered in the ingredients, and then I'm going to put the rest of the wet
ingredients or wet rub
in there. It's just a little bit left. And then you're going to dice up 1.5 tomatoes and throw that in there as well. And there we go. Now we're going to mix this into the gravy, and then we're going to pour the gravy from the pan that we roasted into here as well. And that's what this lamb stew looks like at the end there. And it's delicious. You need to try it. All right, you guys. So there is the lamb stew right in the middle on top of a bed of rice, and the potatoes that we roasted with it. There's some cucumber, tomato, onion salad, and some asparagus. I'm probably gonna give myself a little bit more of the veggies. And this is what it turned out like.